9 out of 10 people have at one point or not dealt with a toxic work environment. Okay. As long as you've been in the workforce, you probably have been in a situation where, like, yo, this is toxic. Many of you guys are probably in toxic work environments right now, but you cannot tell the difference. You do not know. You're not too sure. In this video, I'm going to give you the signs that you are in a toxic work environment and what you can do about it and how to plan to get out. But first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Creating Upward Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. One of the most toxic signals an obvious signals that you're in a toxic work environment with shadiness and all of that is, does it feel like high school? And by that mean, do you feel like people click up at your job? Is there different groups, little people that gang up with each other against one person? Or even if it's not against one person, but there's no sense of unity in the workplace, where it just seems like people pick sides and there's gossip. People are sleeping with people and there's this person don't like this person. There may even be physical altercations, manipulation, backbiting behind the scenes. It's just very childish and giving very much high school, etc. And you just feel like, why am I here? I do not belong here. It's just a weird environment for you. In your job, do you feel excluded? Like there's a popular bunch that you just feel excluded from. You just at work always feel out of the loop, like you don't know anything. There's this special group that have like more privilege or that has access to more information. The rules don't seem to apply to them and you just feel left out, or there's other people that may feel left out. Or even if you're not on the bad end of this receiving stick, but knowingly you know you're in the group of popular people at work. You know you're in the group of people at work that click up. You know you click up. Even if you're not on the receiving end, you're not the one feeling alienated. You know you help in alienating others. That environment may not be toxic to you right now because you're part of the problem. But eventually, it turns against you, just like high school. You're going to have to keep your guards up. One of the best things I would say, even if you're in a toxic workplace like that and you can't just, because a lot of people are like, just leave. I see how the economy is. A lot of people can't just leave. The jobs aren't really paying well, or there's no guaranteed other job out there yet, or their business is just getting off, like their side business and stuff. It's not where it needs to be yet, to where you just have the luxury to just quit, like everyone's recommending. So you have to be in there. One of the things I say is never engage in the foolishness. That's easier said than done, but don't engage in the foolishness. The more you engage in the foolishness, it comes back to fire you. But be that low-key person that floats around everywhere and don't stay nowhere too long so that you don't even have time to be in the mix. Don't be sleeping with your coworkers. I never think it's a good idea to sleep with your coworkers. Though some people get married from meeting at their job or whatever. They're like Pam and Jam from The Office. But it doesn't always work out that way. You can kind of tell, use your discernment where you know it's going to be drama and stuff like that. But just kind of float. I found that even in high school, I didn't have a set clique and I was just more so everywhere. It leaves for a more drama-free lifestyle. Even now as an adult, avoid just clicking up. Open yourself up to everyone and not really limit yourself to just one group. But when you're in that group, if they're gossiping, don't participate. If they're saying something, just don't participate in the shenanigans and move on. The other thing is if you have a toxic boss, like, who's at the top is going to determine everything. If you have toxic managers, maybe the head of the person, because I worked in corporate for years and I would work directly with like whoever the CEO is or the COO. And maybe it's not them that's necessarily toxic, but it's like the managers, the management that's just like, you're doing too much. Chill. You're doing too much. You know what I mean? Like it's just bad, toxic leadership. They don't listen to your concerns. They abuse their power. There's tension when they walk in. Everybody's kind of afraid of them. They tend to be bullies or you're getting reported a lot. It's like they want you to quit your job or lose your job. So they do everything in their power to try to do that. That is a toxic work environment. And one thing I say, because a lot of people underestimate just the nature of being in a toxic work environment, the toll it takes on your body. But listen, A huge percentage of your time is spent in two places: work and home. Like, let's not talk about school, because if you get to live longer, school was just in your earlier days, right? Once you're done with college, you're gone. But that's why they say be careful of the neighborhood you live in and who you're living with at your home. That's determining the rest of your life, the influence that's going to be around you. And your work, where you work, really does matter. That determines your mental health, your mental state of being. You're going to be around these people for years sometimes. Some people have been working at their job for 20 plus years. You're around those same people. You've seen people come and go, things change, etc. So it's really important to not just pick a job willy-nilly like that, or try to find the best way to survive within it, because it does play a major role on your state of living and can take or add to your years, So it's very, very important. And if you have a toxic boss and, reporting to HR might, this is the point where I say still work and still be applying for jobs at home. Every time you get home, apply for 2 more jobs online. Go to Indeed. Before you go to bed, apply to 2 jobs that you feel you could be good at. Go to sleep. On your off days, go do the interviews. But just in the meantime, or do some side hustles, other stuff to kind of save up to leave that environment. Because 9 out of 10 times, if you can't go to HR or you feel like there's nothing that can be done about that boss, you don't want to shave off years of your life dealing with a toxic boss that you don't know how long they're going to be working there. And toxic boss could just mean, too, the bosses out here being inappropriate with the female coworkers and stuff like that, giving them special treatment or giving people positions that they're not qualified for, and you're qualified for, but it's like a popularity contest. There's just so much that goes into that. And then also, the toxic environment is toxic too if no one really wants to work. If you come into work and no one really wants to work, it's just like everyone's low energy or cheating the system. Whoever's sitting next to you is not really getting anything done. You're not even getting anything done. No one's working. That's toxic in a sense where you could feel stuck, complacent. You're not challenged. The way the brain is, we create new neurons, etc. when we're challenging ourselves, learning new things, doing things, like progressing somehow, right? So if it's mundane, every day you do the same bare minimum stuff, nobody's really putting in effort, there's no energy in there, it plays a role on your mental health too. And everyone's just incompetent in there or just lazy overall, rubs off on you, and you're not even really doing anything. You're not going to feel fulfilled, and it's going to draw on you. Most people in those type of work environments grow up to have midlife crises too. Like, what did I do with my life? I go to work and I really don't do much. No one around me is really accomplishing anything too great. We just go to work and don't do anything at all. Toxic work environment. That also goes if you feel like you cannot grow within the company. What is the number one reason? And I used to hire people when I worked at the companies that I work for. I used to have to be the one to hire people and do interviews. And one of the number one reason people used to quit their jobs and they're looking for new employment is because I feel like I wasn't able to grow within the company. That is number one reason. People, if they feel like, dang, I'm going to be like this. Yeah. If you are an employer watching this, because I think it's not just employees that need to watch these videos either. If you plan to have a business someday, or you already have businesses and you have employees, you have to make sure that your employees feel like they can get a little raise, or even if they're not getting raises, they get a bonus, Christmas bonus, this bonus, or have a employee of the month system. But it really does help in motivating people to have some kind of reward system to where they feel like they're growing, or show some form of appreciation for your employees. Just a simple thank you. This company could not function without you. If you're the one that own the company, making sure you know the names of everyone that's working there, even if it's the janitor, it doesn't matter. You knowing their name, thanking them for their work, etc., can really bring a fulfillment, even if you cannot necessarily give them a raise or do much for them. So another thing with a toxic work environment is that there's no boundaries. They call you when you're late. When you're off to come into work. You could be sick. They don't care. You could be on your vacation time. Your bosses call you at any time of the day. They don't care about no balance of your life free. Like, they don't care about, you could have kids. You have your own life. They don't care. They feel like you're supposed to die for this job. And I get it, because managers are under a lot of pressure. If someone don't show up, then they have to pick it up, and they can have burnout too. So they try to allocate help from other employees, but it can become draining for you to where it's like, dang, it's like 3 a.m, 11. Your boss is just calling you, no boundaries at all. Don't care for what you got going on. You have a death in the family. They're already waiting for you to come back to work. And there's just you don't have time for yourself. And even the employees there always asking you to pick up shifts for them and stuff like that. And if you're a people pleaser, you don't really know how to say no, and it could just burn you out. And to this point where you would dread going into work. If the phone rings and it's your job, you're avoiding picking up, you dread all of this. Like, it is just, no, there has to be some boundaries, and you enforce it. Because I promise you, managers will call, trust me, they will call the people they know are most likely to say yes to come in that day first. And they work their way down the list. So stop making yourself the person that will say yes first, okay? Gonna call the person they know that's most likely to say no last. So the last sign is just that you feel like it's toxic. Do you feel like your fight or flight gets heightened when you're about to walk into your job? Are you stressed? Is there tension in your body? Do you feel drained, burnt out often before you go there? It's probably just a feeling you just have naturally where you don't like getting up every morning to work. They say when you love what you're doing and you're content, you're happy with what you're doing, you can't wait to wake up to get to do it. You're happy when you're doing it. Like, it's not a burden. You're like, oh, I'm about to put this together. This is about to be fun. Find joy in it. If you cannot find joy in what you're doing, then 9 out of 10 times it's not what you're supposed to be doing. If you're constantly pressing snooze and then you're giving yourself a 10-15 minute pep talk in the morning, should I go get ready for work? Should I really need the money today? And you're probably not really feeling the job. Toxic is not always just the people. It can just be it's the places. It's just not for you, and so it inhibits the toxicity inside of you that you start to project on your fellow coworkers. You start to project on your boss. And then maybe ever worked with someone that just really don't want to be there. They're just so unhappy to be there, and everyone can feel it. And sometimes they rub off on you, so you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you want to do it and nobody's forcing you to do it, etc. And if you feel like this, I say, in dealing with the workplace, there's a lot of books that does talk about that too. Here's some on the screen. Check on Audible audiobook, get the paperback. But if you want to cultivate that work-life balance for yourself, listen, there's an abundance in this world. Think of ways you can create your own job. There's so many places that there's an abundance. Never stop applying. Life is for the go-getters, okay? The rewards of life is for the go-getters. Just like the Lord promises us that if we seek wisdom, we will find it. No one who seeks wisdom leaves empty-handed. And prosperity is the same way. If you're seeking prosperity better for yourself, you're doing the things that you have to do to prosper, you will find it. But you have to want it and you have to seek it, not just once in a blue moon, once in a while, you give up. Check out my imposter syndrome video. We talk about this a little bit too. And you just kind of give up on life or whatever. No. If you want success, seek it. If you want to create your own opportunities to where you don't have to deal with this. And not everybody was meant to start a business, and that's okay. Well, I'll do a video about that in the near future, why it's okay to not have the entrepreneurial spirit, because there's a lot. I know a lot of entrepreneurs that own like 5-6 businesses, thriving facilities, have hundreds of employees, and it's a lot of work, and mentally it can be very draining. So I'm not saying to just get into those fields, to stress yourself out more, to not deal with people, but there's definitely coping mechanisms and ways that you can make life easier for you in the work environment. But comment below some more tips in the comments. If you watch until the end, make sure you thumbs up and leave some emojis, heart emojis in the comments. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Mwah.